Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ideally Though.
Ideally, though.
I'm your host Erica, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my butterbeer.
Here. What up?
Welcome back to another episode.
Mhm.
It's spooky season.
Yes, it is.
I don't know what we got going on for spooky season. I just know trick or treating, but I'm trying to figure out if I really want to do like pumpkins again this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot we did that.
Yeah,
Honestly, but I've never like done anything honestly for Halloween, so like that doesn't fit really well in my mental lexicon of like things we have done over time. I
Yeah.
forgot we did that. That was
yeah,
a
it
good
was
time.
like a 3. Yeah, because like I think you kind of just watched us carve the pumpkins.
Yeah.
Have you ever carved pumpkins?
No, that's why I was
Okay,
like, I'd never done anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all didn't want to at least do. I know y'all didn't like go trick or treating as a kid, but I was thinking about just like
My mom barely watched
pumpkin.
scary movies as like during that time. She was like, "This is the devil's holiday."
For someone who watches all the Discovery ID,
Now, yeah,
because of you, right?
Yeah, because of me.
But that's even worse, to be honest. That's like real life shit.
I don't know why. But if it's satanic or whatever, it feels bad. Dark energies or whatever. I don't know. It's
What
just
about
my
like The
mom.
Exorcist? Did she like that movie when it came
She
out?
was one of the people who like ran out of the theater when it came out.
Really? They
Yeah,
were some
you know,
punk.
like people were like vomiting and leaving the theater and like crying and writing letters to their congressman about it.
Yeah.
She was like one of those people.
I don't know. We're a little different. We would never do that. It's
Nah.
like either you like it, you don't, you don't.
Yeah, we could shit on it, but other than that, no. I've never done anything. So like, I did sit back and watch you guys last year, mostly because I had no idea how I could have like helped out or like accomplished anything when it came to carving the
I mean, we can get like small ones, and all 4 of us can do it. You just really just take a marker, draw what kind of face you want on it, and then you need like a pumpkin carving knife.
Can I just use our pumpkin here?
But yeah, like I don't know. My dad, I think he was the one who got us into doing it. I don't remember my mom ever doing it. If she did, it was probably when we were all younger. So then maybe I could only remember versus everybody else.
Yeah.
But we're into that. I feel like if I had like a big house, I would be totally like decorating the front yard and putting lights up. Like that's me. Like,
you're a fan of the elaborate yards just as much as I am. Yeah, those are good times. I like elaborate like setups for Halloween. We do have one of the in our neighborhood or in our area. There's a house that does like a pirate thing.
Yeah,
every
year,
and it's so dope every single time.
If I was them, I would just always have like a dope party, and then
it seems like that's what they do.
Well, it does kind of seem like that, right?
Yeah, it does seem like that. They do the trick or treating for the kids and everybody in the beginning, and you know, niggas out there usually about an hour and a half,
and
maybe.
then after they have their swinger party.
Swinger party.
They look like they do a little razzle dazzle, you know. But yeah, I'm the type to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be handing out like full size candy bars, but
I would.
Yeah,
I totally would do that. I'll give money, like $1 or some shit.
Yeah, but for me, like growing up, you were able to trick or treat in apartments. You were able to trick or treat in regular house neighborhoods and stuff like that. Nowadays, you don't even see people going in.
Did they have the same type of like, I don't know, thought process when you were young? Like if the porch light is on, that house is you can go to or whatever. I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah, porch light, and then usually, you go for ones that seem like they're decorated too. So people would, in their condos or their apartments, they'll have their stuff decorated, and you kind of figured that they were the one handing out candy. But now you can go to apartments and no one's handing out candy. It's just the people in the houses.
Yeah, my mother would like cut off the light every Halloween.
Why?
Like, nope.
You guys have a big ass front yard.
Yeah, it's got a lot of
so you guys can do so much.
My grandma would. She did when she was alive. She absolutely did like set up the yard and do like ghosty schools, like hanging up on the like edges of the house and shit like that.
That's cool.
I do remember that. My mom, no, that's just it's the devil's month. It's the spooky season. She don't want to fuck with. I mean, that's why my personal tradition is to do the ghost hunting shows and things of that nature. That stuff I love. That stuff kind of like
you watch the
boils
shows.
It down for me.
That's me too. Traditional, like find the shows that or the movies you always want to watch during Halloween. During COVID, we decided not to go trick or treating, so I bought candy. We had popcorn, and we were just in our bed and watching
scary
like
movies
stuff for like an hour because they fell asleep and I was by myself. So I was just looking around like, who? Because who gonna save me? These kids ain't, But
that's good. That's good.
I love Halloween. It's like my favorite month besides Christmas. Halloween is like the best month.
Yeah. It's the best holiday. As far as like, I think it is more of like I get to be someone different that everybody likes about it. Like for that one day of the year, I don't have to be myself.
Yeah, it's like a cliche. Like
I know it's cliche, but
it's like this is what I am without the mask.
I feel like most cliche things are just like life. You know what I mean? Yeah. So life is cliche.
I can be myself during the month of October. Like bullshit.
Because I mean, I feel like the most cliche thing is to go out and do the normal Halloweeny stuff, the jack-o'-lanterns and the costumes and the trick-or-treating. It'd be unorthodox, just sit at home and watch ghost story paranormal shows all day. That's different.
Yeah.
So.
I think Halloween definitely has made people want to dress up, and that's where cons come into play. Because then you could just dress up all year round, really. If you're like someone who goes to
kind of like the
different cons, throughout the year.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. Yeah.
Instead of just remember back in the day, it was just Halloween.
They're like mini Halloweens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you had like a themed birthday party or something, like a costume party. That's the only other time you're doing
a costume. Like you had a costume, it will be around Halloween. But if somebody's having a
70s party and my birthday's in June,
that's
right. That's the only other time it's appropriate.
Yeah, that's true.
So now cons kind of give you the opportunity to be like, I'm gonna dress up as Dante from Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I'm excited. Like we're going to a con next year, and then I get to cosplay, and I've never cosplayed before, so I hope I make you proud.
I'm excited to see what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna do anything.
I thought you were.
Maybe. I don't know. Oh. I haven't really given that too much thought. I've kind of just been like, I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for the con itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I guess I should give it a little more thought. We got about a few months.
We have still a long time.
We got some time. So. We got some time. Yeah.
Did you hear about Daniel Kaluuya? The one who's from Get Out?
Yeah.
He got the statue?
The statue in London or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's in like Leicester Square in
something
like central London.
Mm-hmm.
And the statue is like of him like sunken place.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was so cool. Like, man, like I'm pretty sure he was like, man, I didn't never think I was gonna get a whole statue of myself.
Yeah, that's got to be big news for him.
And I would be shaking freaking Jordan Peele's hand every time I see him. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Not to say he didn't carve out his own lane, but like they're giving me a statue because you played Chris in Get Out, and it's Jordan Peele's film. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did you feel the first time you got introduced to Daniel Kaluuya? Was it Black Mirror?
Black Mirror, yeah, I think it was Black Mirror.
Did you feel he was gonna be somebody?
I did, because he was very dramatic. He's a very dramatic actor. He acted with his eyes. He could cry on cue, spitting, stuff like that. And Black Mirror brung a lot of Black UK people out of the woodworks. And I was like, he's gonna be something, because he was just that good when I watched it.
I think that's kind of, he carved out his lane, like you did say. And yes, of course, Jordan Peele kind of blew him into the stratosphere for that. But how honored do you think he feels? I would go visit that thing at least once a month. At least once a month.
I would be honored, because it's like little old me and little old Black me in the UK, where it's predominantly white. Giving me a statue where they have Batman and Harry Potter and stuff. They have statues over there. So to be probably one of the first kind of probably Black statues.
I think he probably is one of the first, huh?
It's an honor. I would just be like, thank you guys for even thinking of me.
Yeah. I agree.
With a film like Get Out, because people could be offended. So you never know, being Jordan Peele and having his like mindset, you never know how people are going to take it, especially in a industry that is predominantly white.
I don't think Jordan Peele cares.
That's good, because he's on both sides of the field,
Yeah.
But it's a risk. It's a risk, and it was risky, and he took it, and it worked.
Yeah, Jordan Peele kind of reminds me of Hideo Kojima, the Metal Gear Solid guy. You know who I love. He reminds me of him, because he's just gonna make what he wants to make. I
like that.
You know what I mean? He's gonna support what he wants to support, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And I think when you have worked hard enough to earn that type of freedom, whatever you make is genuinely speaking going to be a a smash.
I think he said he worked on it for years. I don't know. Don't quote me like 10 years or something like that.
That makes sense.
And people probably didn't get it. I think they didn't get it. So
when people are ahead of their time, it's ahead of the culture, right? Yeah. And that movie would not have been okay in 2011. Wouldn't have been okay. Yeah. You couldn't. It would have been a niche. It probably wouldn't have made such a splash. But with the climate that Get Out came into, perfect timing. So it took the decade or whatever, right, to write such a masterpiece. Because when you release it in the climate when it did release, then everything makes sense.
And then you can put out all the other stuff that is related, because I've heard that all his movies are kind of connected in a sense. So then now I'm just going to throw stuff out. You know why? Because you guys are fucking with me now. Yeah. So let me throw my stuff out. I honestly can't wait for him to do People Under the Stairs, because I'm a big People Under the Stairs fan, and I never thought it was going to get a remake, and to know it's getting a remake by one of my favorite directors, and I know it's going to be good. Like, I know Monkey Paw, I know it's going to be good. So I got suggestions, Jordan, if you want my suggestions, because I've watched it many times.
I don't think you'll need them, Jordan.
I'm just telling you who needs to come back and what stuff needs to stay the same.
I don't think you need to listen to that. Do your own thing. He's been doing fine. He's been doing fine.
Well, we have the same kind of mindset. So
he's been doing fine without us.
I'm just telling you. We got the same kind of mindset.
But he's been doing fine without us.
I'm just saying, I got some good ideas. But he beat me to the punch with remaking it. So
beat you to the punch. It's great. I was gonna remake it, but since you got it,
but bring back Brandon Adams. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Just saying. Vin Rames wouldn't work here because he's too big and he's supposed to be dead. But I got some ideas. But congrats to Daniel Kaluuya for the statue in his hometown. We need to start praising more people like that. Not just the whole Walk of Fame star and stuff like that. Let's give some statues. Y'all in Philly, y'all got freaking Rocky. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
It ain't even a real person.
Not even a real person. Y'all could be putting. I mean, I know we ain't gonna do Meek Mills, but I'm trying to get Kevin Hart or somebody, give him a little statue.
People are like, yeah, he is. He's based off of Rocky Marciano.
Okay, whatever. Well,
he's not.
Then where's Apollo Creed? Because you know how I feel about it. He whooped his ass in 2.5 movies.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Yeah, congratulations. One thing I ran across on social media was the port strike. And I think we were going to talk about that last week, but I wanted to get more information. And I'm just like, we do not need another strike, especially the ports, because they're bringing all our goods.
Yeah, it's about $5 million or $5 billion or some shit dollars a day.
We're already dealing with inflation, and then we just don't need the cost of anything to go up. And they're supposed to strike until January.
Yeah,
that's negotiation, I guess.
That's so the negotiations are just gonna probably be ran just as much like the strike that the SAG-AFTRA did, wherein they recognized that hey, you guys do need this. Your demands do need to be met, but we can't stop the country, so we're gonna take some time to actually just work this out with you over these next few months, because they did come to an impasse. There was an impasse.
This is about money, you guys. Like, why are we not paying our workers, our essential workers, more?
Yeah, the man who actually, and forgive me for not remembering the name, but the man who actually started talking about it and was in the media and the press about it, he's got, multiple car garage and big ass house. He's the guy at the head of the port. And if the guy at the head of the port is like, hey, my guys need more money, you better listen, because if he's watching your port, the one you own, with all these goods coming through, and that makes $5 million to $5 billion or whatever it was a day, you want to make sure him and his people are comfortable. You want to make sure they're comfortable.
Absolutely. And I heard, and this could be just rumors, but it sounds about right, that there's people, I heard the port workers are tired of hearing kids screaming in the damn containers.
Oh,
I've heard that.
Oh my God.
I've heard that.
Dark.
I was like, wait.
We're tired of hearing the children scream.
I'm like, so this is my thing. If that is true, why is nobody reporting it?
Yeah, wait, can we rewind that?
but it could be one of those mafioso type of things, like I ain't trying to get me and my family killed, but I feel like that could be just a rumor. But sex trafficking and children trafficking and all that is a real thing.
Any of that.
But that's what they say. Like they're hearing people, humans.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all.
Sick. I don't doubt. I didn't even think about that. I just thought about maybe. I'm just so stupid. But like picking up people on the side of the road, like snatching them in vans versus like a whole container. I didn't think about containers. There's no oxygen in those goddamn containers. You trying to traffic people? You need to keep them alive.
Yeah, they can make. They have ones that have like slits and things that are breathable. Not much air gonna get in there, but if you survive the trip, you survive the trip. If you don't, then sorry.
Oh my god, it's some nastiness. It's like our new age freaking slave trade.
It's never been new age. This has never stopped.
Containers.
The traditional aspect of slavery with the shackles and the all that stuff is stopped. Other forms of it never stopped.
I don't know why I just didn't even think about containers. I was like, this is sick. So let's work on that problem first, and then we can pay everybody.
Yeah, or we could do both of those at the same time. The government's big enough. We got a lot of people.
Let's say the people
and go in and just focus. Let's split everybody in half, and one half work on this problem, and the other half work on this problem.
If that's a thing, because I was like, I don't know. I want to be sparing rumors.
Jesus fucking. Either way it goes, I'd imagine that's happening. Someone saying it is going to lead some credence to it. No, there's not one singular original idea in the world, right? Not underneath the sun, at least. So if somebody said it, it exists.
Maybe somebody said it and it got hush-hush because of lawsuits and things like that.
Who knows?
That could be a thing.
Who knows? I feel like more. We mentioned this before, and I think this was mostly in conversation between me and you, where we have to really understand the true concept of what like an essential worker is, with the code going back to COVID or whatever, right? Like these people make the literal world go round for us, the modern age world for us.
We're like treating them like
garbage, like they're bottom of the barrel. When in all reality, those like people who make the world go round and like scientists and shit and like doctors should be up here instead of like celebrities and bullshit. They should be down here. They're normal people who could just sing really well. Who gives a fuck? Like these niggas is working with lasers and helping like keep the management of like supply chain going and stuff. They're more
people who never stopped even during COVID.
Yeah, they never stopped. They just had to keep going all the time. Yeah, they're really super important. Can we give them the praise? The garbage men and all that.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. We have our priorities kind of screwed up when it comes to who's taking care of who in our own right and way. I feel like we're gonna go into the elections with the same type of attitude wherein it's us against them, and it shouldn't be because we're all American.
If the politicians are smart, that should be something that you're talking about during debates and when you're going and doing your tours. Talk about what you would do, and mean it when it comes to the port strikes. And sex trafficking at that in there too.
Yeah, not as just a sprinkle. That's like a big one.
There's major things we want to hear about. We don't want to just hear you bashing your opponent. Let's talk about things that you're gonna really try to change.
Yeah.
Last week I saw that DDG and Halle, they broke up. It was more so DDG saying on Instagram on his stories that like, it was very like some kind of PR agent wrote it. Not to say he can't write something as eloquent, but it definitely gave like some kind of PR, thing. And I was like, oh man, I like them together. I mean, unpopular opinion, because people tend to not like DDG for Halle because she's like everybody's like Disney princess, and he come off a little ratchet, I guess. But I was like, I can see why she likes him, and vice versa. But I think a couple of days later, the Shade Room had a screenshot of his close friends. So on Instagram, he supposedly on his story sent to close friends like that. I'm not tripping about her. Her head was trash. Whatever. That's what he said. And I was like, I really hope that was not you, because he said I don't even use close friends. Stop it. But you didn't say you got hacked, so I feel like you got caught, but you're trying to like
play it off.
I really hope you didn't say that, like, because it wasn't that transfer. You put a baby in her, and and for some people think you've been riding her coattail. Just saying.
Well, okay. So the riding the coattail would then lead me to believe that it's kind of clout chasey and using her.
That's what I think some people think. I don't think so, but I'm kind of on the side of Joe Budden here. I don't know DDG's music.
Oh, okay, yeah, same. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't know this nigga. I've never heard. I don't think anything.
Never heard no music till recently. When you think about DDG, you always think about Halle. Just like no shade, but that's what it comes off in. And I get it. I know it probably weighs on him. It weighs on him though. He's just like, why am I always getting attacked? And we're family. So he says that he probably won't get with anybody anytime soon. Unless he's rekindling with Halle. And I'm thinking, like, did she break up with you? Or
did Usher break you up?
No, that was good. To me, he's a good sport, but I think right now, maturity level, he's not in a space to be with her because she's a rising star, and to get mad in the past for her holding her co-star's hand, her music videos being too close to guys.
Which is why let's like, Usher thing.
I feel like that,
I don't think so. I think I'm sorry not to cut you off, but I think it's the same thing Offset's doing with Cardi, like we talked about. Saving face, because the meme where the guy has like the face and it's smiling, but literally underneath it he's like grimacing and crying in his eyes. That's him right now. That's what he's doing. I don't think so. She's a baddie. I don't believe that this is one of those same sequences where he's okay and he's just dealing with like the normal fallback of a Hollywood couple breakup, right? Or whatever, celebrity couple breakup. No. If you are going to go back onto, allegedly, your close friends and then say disparaging things about the mother of your child.
Allegedly.
Then I'm going to sit here and think that your little pride is hurt.
Mm-hmm. He's young, so yeah.
Little pride is hurt.
You know how you were when you were little and somebody, younger, and somebody broke up with you.
I didn't fuck people for rubbing up on anything or even looking at like my girl a certain way. So
yeah,
that doesn't.
Or just breaking up in general. I'm thinking like you're like now can talk shit about her because think about like young
but if he's had that same type of behavior before with music videos and all these other things in the past, that leads me to believe that Cherry was a catalyst in changing this whole relationship's tide. They went home and had a discussion, and that discussion was not good. That car ride back home from the Usher concert,
you think that could have went? Wow, I didn't think about that.
You just said
I felt like it was
if they can't do this together, if they can't hold hands together on the red carpet as actors and because we're a leading role in this whatever the
co-workers. Yeah.
If I can't do that and you get mad, do you think Usher with the cherries in my face he gonna smile about it? You think he's gonna? No. He's doing the Offset thing. He's doing the Offset thing where, I'm going to poke the bear because I'm angry. Because niggas don't know how to manage their emotions. We just swing and air fight. Like,
Sean Wayans on Don't Be a Minute. Hitting all the kids.
You know what I'm saying? It's we just fight the air and swing at whatever. So, and that's what he's doing. I think it's a floundering of his emotions. And
yeah, he's young.
Yeah, he's young and stupid.
I think he's a great dad. But he even said like she's always gonna be family forever.
Facts.
So he's saying don't talk about me because then you talk about her. Like he's trying to correlate like you're hurting her family by talking about me.
That's funny.
He also said that he doesn't want multiple baby mamas. That's why he's not looking to like date anymore. But I'm like, don't get in your head about shooting up the club on just a rando girl. Just think about one day being a good boyfriend, then potentially becoming a good fiance, then husband. Don't think about the first thing I'm gonna do is be somebody baby daddy.
Be a father first.
Yeah,
continue to be the father and focus on
father,
that.
Yeah, because he is.
Because that'll turn you into a better man for somebody else.
Yeah,
because women like good fathers. If they can see a prospect in you as that guy is gonna be a great dad one day. Yeah,
but I can see I can see what she sees in him, but. Again, you can stifle a person you don't even notice that you're doing that. I do.
Any of the instances I've seen them together that you showed me, I've always been like, man, I don't know how he got that. That's weird. I mean, I feel that way about you because this. I don't know how this works with this.
I personally like them together, but again, as being older in my 30s now, looking back at when I was in my 20s, it's cute until it's not cute when it comes to jealousy.
The crazy is cute for a little bit there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess because I think when you're young, you mistaken crazy for caring. Mm-hmm. That's not the same thing.
And being immature about certain things, maybe how, like, maybe I want to raise our son versus you, and just my career.
Yeah,
because I didn't get this far by just being like, okay, well, I'm gonna ask the director if I don't have to kiss anybody or hold him. Like, we got to promote our movies. We got to.
You got to do what you got to do. People, if she was in the WWE, like if she was in the WWE and was having a match with, I don't know, anybody, they can't be seen outside of the arena together. You have to save the same face. So if she was in Albertsons and they happened to be there, they had to be the good guy and the bad guys.
Yeah.
They can't know that they're friends and coworkers and everybody's happy. No, because the audience is around and watching every single minute. And I think that he can't separate that. And what's interesting is that, ain't you a rapper, my nigga? Like, you got bitches and weed and all this other shit around you all the time. Yeah. And like the culture. That's what you guys do.
Yeah, I think sometimes too when you see maybe someone, and not saying that this is not her, but you see maybe someone not as jealous as you are, she just understands it because she's been in the industry a long time. You just kind of getting into it in the last probably 5 years versus she's been since she was little. Yeah. So, you gotta be able to decipher some of that and just be like, oh, it's acting. Oh, this is what she has to do. Yeah. He said it. She's a superstar. Yeah. Yes, she is.
Step away from the veil of ignorance. Just allow her to do that thing in her field. You could do the same thing in your field and come together and make money and happiness together.
Yeah, like when I do a movie with Michael B. Jordan, I'm going to have to do a sex scene. You're going to have to just deal with too far.
He said have to, and that made me giggle.
It's gonna have to be what it's gonna be.
I gotta have to hurt you both. That's okay.
It's okay. You gotta take what you get.
Yeah. Did you take this ass woman?
Did you hear about what Joe Budden said and maybe the response from DDG?
Yes. And I'm in the same vein, kind of as him. He recognizes that DDG has a bit of growing to do, which is why I say the Usher thing is kind of like a catalyst of this. I really truly feel that it is because we're at a stage show. That's what he's doing, is being a showman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let the show go on, and then that's it.
And I didn't feel like Joe was disrespectful, but he just kind of
Joe has his ways. Joe says little things where it's like, nigga, I don't know you, don't care about you, don't say my name, I have no idea who you are, like that type of shit.
DDG did the same thing. He was like, I don't know who Joe Budden was. I'm like, well, you young too, so we're not gonna act like millennials know who Joe Budden is without the Joe Budden.
And people over us do, because that's his era. I mean, if you don't know Joe Budden the rapper, you know Joe Budden the podcast.
Exactly. So
he can't say that either.
It didn't make him look good by saying I didn't know who Joe Budden was. It's like no, it doesn't make you look good.
Because nigga, you have Spotify.
And you're a rapper. You're supposed to know the people who came before you. So we're not gonna do that.
I mean, that's the young people these days. At least younger than us, don't necessarily like history nor do history, because since everything is so instant, you feel like you know everything anyway. You don't need to go take a look.
Yes, these iPad kids be like, oh, why are we still talking about this? Oh, what? Oh, I didn't know this happened. Yeah, go read a book.
Yeah, read a book, maybe.
Things are going to last. For us as millennials, things last longer than what they're lasting right now. Yeah. People within a week want to stop talking about
because my information is not microwave.
Yeah.
I don't like hot pocket information.
People want to investigate.
Yeah,
we want to investigate, find out things. These Gen Zs are really microwave and oh, well, we're over that. Let's move to the next thing. But it didn't look good. I was like, that's not really a dig by saying you don't know who Joe Budden is.
No, he's also they went back and forth, and again he's upset because I think it's compiled on him. I'll shoot him some bail. It's compiled on him with this. DDG's getting flack on all sides because he's big, but he's not going to ever be Heyyyy big, right? He won't be that big.
We don't know that.
he won't be that big. Because if he was that, he's been doing this stuff for a while. He's not new.
Yeah.
He's with Chief Keef and them. So he's been here for a while. Why are we just now hearing about DDG and caring about him? Because he had a baby with who? You're right. So I don't think he has the capability of shifting his own wave and making sense of his own career, his own like identity here. You know what I mean? For a nigga who can't even speak in his own actual voice.
Yikes.
That's a fake. He's not him.
Oh man, his voice was so deep. So I was like, whoa.
He got to figure that out. He got to figure his way out before with him and his or her and his career and all this. He got to figure that out.
For people like you who think that way, then what I would do is, if when being in that relationship, you feed off each other. So with seeing her being, like he says, a superstar and everything, that's my chance to kind of get from under the Chiefs and stuff like that, because they all came around the same time, and some people made it over that wall and some people didn't.
Yeah.
And some people found ways to make it over the wall so they can be noticed.
Nobody's putting his hanging his hat next to Chief Keef's hat. I don't even like Chief Keef.
Yeah,
but I can sit here and give it respect because he created an entire subgenre of rap music that we didn't hear of. And niggas are his sons. DDG, you're one of them.
Well, I really hope he finds out, or gets through this whole, like, I guess, identity crisis.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's an identity crisis.
I'm always like trying to be hopeful for people, so I don't want to say. I don't like to say like, oh, he's never going to be as big. He could surprise us. People probably said that shit about Kanye West.
Negative reinforcement is just as good as positive. You could just, if it's delivered the right way.
I feel bad because it's like, damn, like, I feel like he probably hears stuff all day, every day, and he's like, I'm so tired of this shit.
Pick a different career. That's on you.
Maybe that also contributed to why they broke up. And you shouldn't let that happen. Stop reading comments, I would say.
No, don't give a fuck. Yeah. Nope, none of these people matter. As long as they buy your music or whatever you're selling, then that's okay. Make what they like. Do what they do. Focus on them. Do your thing.
He should be kind of like 50 Cent, because 50 Cent is like Omarion instance. They're very unbothered, and they strike back. Yeah. Like, you can try to flame 50 Cent on line, and he gonna get you and get all week, all month.
Now I'm only targeted on you.
Yeah, exactly. Just like right now, we knew he didn't like P. Diddy, but damn, I didn't know you signed a whole deal with Netflix to tell a story of a documentary about the rise and fall of Sean P. Diddy Combs.
That's a solid segue, first off, and yeah. I wouldn't ever want to be on 50 Cent's bad side. I want to say I've said this before, but like, he's relentless in his.
He's a cancer, and you know how we do.
It's relentless.
So recently, a couple days ago, we've come to find out that former friends, staff, and bodyguards are now signing to 50 so they can expose him on the upcoming documentary.
Oh, no shit. That's for real?
That's real. I said, once an enemy, always an enemy is 50 Cent's motto.
There is nobody on earth who hates the way 50 Cent hates.
But he's a cancer, and it's like, cancer's like, we're so nice, why do you hate us? This is the thing. So now that you hate us, like, now I gotta go for the gusto.
He's the worst.
He gonna jaw rule. He gonna jaw rule 50 P. Diddy. That's what he's gonna do.
Right, because that's just diabolical.
When he did what he did to Ja Rule, he never recovered.
Yeah, no, he's never recovered. That was Fire Festival 2.
For the last couple of years, he's been on freaking P. Diddy's fucking, ass.
God,
and then
funny.
This was like the perfect. Diddy thought he was doing something by getting like his baby mama, and he's like, okay, you little sex worker, I got you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get you. I just know when. So.
Okay, so as somebody who has read like Sun Tzu, in The Art of War, 50 has read that. For sure. And he's, the laws of 50 laws of power and things of that nature. You can tell that he is incredibly strategic. And him himself has a mind that moves past brand identity. It's interesting to see how he has cultivated the type of persona he has. 50 Cent is so much more larger than life that when you go for 50, you are going to lose.
Yeah, I'm like, you be careful. It's like you have to think before you even.
It's crazy. The art
before
of
you
war.
want to go and against 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And I mean, even like Tara Marie, she was talking that whole lawsuit. I said, what a waste of time.
He still asks her for the money.
He's like, where my money? And I was like, are you serious?
It's been forever. He's still asking. It's crazy.
And that's why I'm like, he giving people nightmares. I'm like, no.
Yeah, 50 Cent is technically Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. So fuck with me if you want to.
He really is.
It's what he said. He like, all right, leave me alone. All right,
yeah, I'm gonna hurt you.
Now I got to get you in your dreams.
Now you fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. I love it.
I saw recently that Kendrick Lamar, he has Good Kid, Mad City. That album has been on the Billboard charts for 600 weeks, making it the longest charting album of all time.
And it makes sense. It makes sense. Good Kid, Mad City is written like a movie because it is a movie. Yeah, you listen to the album. And what's interesting is I feel like all of his albums are themed as such, and Good Kid, Mad City happens to be the movie portion of it. I feel like they go in a way like there's a like the first one's a stage play. I feel like his Section 80 is a stage play, and Good Kid, Mad City is taking that stage play and moving it into a movie. And then that going into that to Pimp a Butterfly is taking that from that into like a slam poetry film. Like where you move into
he's
different.
Strategic with his
he's
albums.
very, very strategic, and the fact that Good Kid, Mad City has lasted this long—that's
a long time—
is saying something about how good quality that actual album is.
Yeah.
It is. I play that album at least 4 times a year.
Oh wow!
And I play it for a while through. But there's like at least a period of time, maybe a month or so, that album does get played throughout the year. It has to happen, and I think it's because I find myself always like randomly. I will think about swimming pools, and I'll think about money trees, and I'm like, man, if I can sit here and remember it, it's not near me, and it just pops into my head. Someone out there in the world is also listening to it too. I mean, 600 weeks on the Billboard charts, it leads credence to that. It's crazy how good Kid, Mad City is.
We only have about 4 more months until the Grammys, and he submitted Euphoria and Not Like Us for Grammys.
Makes sense.
Now, he submitted Not Like Us to 5 categories. So, Best Rap Song, Best Music Video, Best Rap Performance, Song of the Year, and Record of the Year.
Yep.
Ooh, I feel like he gonna be getting some Grammys.
Fences.
Oh my goodness.
Swing for the fences, and we gonna call bullshit if it don't work.
If it doesn't, we're gonna have to call bullshit
because we already seen, and everybody's seen these reports, especially. Well, now you don't even have to be in the hip hop realm. That song's big enough to not have to be in it. As such, if you've heard it, you've at least been a part of all of the records that have been broken over the last 4 to 5 months that this battle had ensued, right? If he's breaking all those records and the Grammys don't do anything about it,
I'm definitely.
Then we can all like silently. We don't even have to do it loudly, but we can all nod in agreement. The world that the Grammys are bullshit.
I don't. That's true. I think they're gonna give him. He's gonna win at least.
I think. I want him to get all of them.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of just that. Kung Fu Kenny deserves it. It's a matter of the art. It's a matter of the culture. It's a matter of the statement and the messages that were made and what it stands for. It's different than that. And if the Grammys. If the Grammys are going to allow him to win just a couple, cool, I guess. If he doesn't win anything, I'm calling trash. And if he wins it all, I'm gonna expect them now to play that same hand forever, in perpetuity. When it comes to some rap, you gotta and other urban or whatever you want to fucking call it, art. You guys have to give it its just due. No pandering, no bullshit. Don't pander to us. where he gets like best rap song, but gets snuffed again by like Malcolm Moore Jr. or whatever the fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, that can't happen. And it makes me even more happy to know that it's making splashes and waves, and I don't think he's gonna get snubbed.
I don't
like
think
he did
so
before.
either. He's gotten Grammys. He's a Grammy award winning rapper.
Yeah.
So I see him
but
winning.
Good Kid, Mad City got snubbed. That's one reason why it stays on the 600.
Yeah.
Good Kid, Mad City deserved the Grammy, and Macklemore got it. He got snubbed for that.
Yeah,
he got snubbed for that.
Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna walk away with a couple Grammys. If he doesn't, like you said, shame on
Rise in the streets,
yeah.
bro.
Hey, rumor has it that after the Super Bowl that he's supposed to do a tour.
Yeah, an arena tour, stadium and arena tour.
Come to Vegas,
please.
Come to Vegas because actually you don't even got to come to Vegas. We can go to LA.
I'll go. Yeah,
I'm not tripping.
like a trip, airplane.
You going to Idaho? I'll go to Idaho.
I'll go to Idaho. I don't care.
Exactly.
If it's on the West Coast,
that's on the time. I'm making sure I got the Super Bowl locked down so I can watch it just for the halftime show.
Yeah, that's the only thing I want to watch it for.
You know, it's crazy. FIFA, the next time they have the World Cup, they're going to do a halftime show in 2026.
Huh?
Yeah, they're going to do a halftime show like the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
I wonder who they have. Like Bad Bunny or somebody?
Yeah, it's probably going to be somebody mad international because,
maybe.
You know what I mean? That's more their type of thing, I feel like.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift or some shit.
I mean, football, soccer is the biggest sport. So
yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't already started doing.
Do you care about football?
Not necessarily, but a lot of people do. But I think it'll bring more eyes if they do like a halftime Super Bowl type thing.
Yeah. Do they need more eyes? It's already around the world.
I'm just saying, for those of people like me who don't watch it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, maybe bring it around and then maybe I could start getting some names to faces.
Yeah. The only soccer player I've ever known prior to like Ronaldo was like Messi or some shit. See, and Pele back in like the 90s, I think it was. His name was Pele.
I don't know. Do you feel like in America they don't like show us soccer as much, or like
think we
make
give
it
a
as
fuck about
big?
soccer out here as big? Not as much. There's not. I don't even think there's like football clubs that are like that big out here. That's more of a Euro thing. I feel like.
Yeah.
We got the football and the baseball and the basketball down. That's why they do all those over there. You know what I mean? Across the ponds and shit. Because we just.
I would be surprised to see who they would want though for in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I mean,
lock somebody really good down.
Kendrick.
Lock.
Kendrick down. Do you think Drake would do that?
Yeah.
You think Drake would do it and not do the Super Bowl?
Yep.
Disrespectful.
I think
disrespectful.
I think he would do it.
I don't like it.
Just to show. Well, I don't have to do this.
I don't like it.
Football is like the biggest sport.
Very not like us, if you will.
Soccer is the biggest sport. Yeah.
Very not like us.
One of the last things I want to talk about is this crazy hurricane in Florida. Tampa specifically.
Yo, firstly, condolences to anybody who's lost anything and everything out there. That is got to be some of the roughest shit in the world. Any of the footage that you were...
Oh my goodness,
you've been
being
showing
on social media has been like scaring the hell out of me.
Yeah, it's made me like go, why would anybody even want to live in those southern states in general? Like, holy shit. To know that there's... I mean, I've always known of Tornado Alley. I've always known of these things, right? But fuck, ain't you tired of rebuilding constantly?
Right, like they just had Hurricane Helena a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, and then they been told that Hurricane Milton was going to be a Category 5, and it's going to be like catastrophic.
It was breaking Category 5 spectrum, so they were going to probably make a Cat 6 like new tiers.
For right now, as of right now, us filming, it doesn't seem like it's gotten that bad. Don't know what
thank God
tomorrow or the next day brings.
Right.
But people trying to get out. I can see both sides of hurricanes and people wanting to stay and people wanting to get out. For people who want to stay, I can see those people being stubborn. There's people who are stubborn who say, well, I'm going to bunker down because I've been here for 50 years and every time they tell me there's a hurricane, it's never that bad. But we all know that the hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis have been the worst in the last like 2 decades.
2 decades, yeah. About 20 years, yeah.
So we might want to heed those warnings. That's the same thing that happened to those people in New Orleans when it came to Hurricane Katrina. A lot of them did not evacuate because they've heard it all before.
Yep.
So her daughter before and also said, if I'm gonna live here, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna save my cats, my animals, my house. So I understand it, but I don't in a sense, right? Because things can be replaced,
things can be rebuilt.
But on the other side of it is that people are saying there's no gas, there's no rental cars, there's no flights to get out. So there are people who want to leave, but there's no way of getting out.
They can't.
You know me though. I hear things and I'm ready to go. So if you're a little bit like somebody who's stayed on the news or a little smarter, not to say these people aren't smart, but like
some of them are.
Some are. So yeah, because some people want. Some people are doing videos just like they're making money off of TikTok and stuff just for risking their lives right now.
Yeah.
If it was me, by last weekend I would have left.
Yeah, there was one black kid that ended up going out to Florida and streaming on Kick for Aiden Ross, fucking douchebag. And he was supposed to give him about I think $70,000 to $100,000. He's not paying that kid at all. Even went on record saying he's not paying. So that kid's just out in the middle of a hurricane for no reason now, type shit.
And people, I'm like, move north, don't go south. And the reason I say that is because there's nowhere to go if the hurricane that's supposed to be behind Milton hits Miami, Key West, because that's what they said is supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. So I'm still a little nervous. There's over 3 million people without power right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are displaced, and that's.
We saw online it was like water up to our freaking chest, up to people's chest.
15 feet is what people were saying.
Yeah.
About water surge, water surges and shit. I mean, and then there was a digital visualization of it on the newscast that just put so much more into perspective for me. It was
so scary.
It's terrifying. It like the landscape doesn't even look the same. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like Southern America. You know what I mean? When I looked at it, and I've seen like drone footage, what it reminded me of was anything that I have been seeing, or everything that I did get the chance to see when like we first had to deal with Katrina, because Katrina was the first one that was as big.
Yeah, and
for
we lost a lot of lives,
and they lost a lot of lives, and it felt the same way. It also had this really weird, really strange dynamic of promoting different people and just picking out different gyms and things like that. Because apparently there was like a dude named Lieutenant Dan on a boat.
Lieutenant Dan, I hope you're good because because Tampa Terrence was outside like a weirdo reporting the news like he was a freaking news reporter. And the water was just going, but he would go check on Lieutenant Dan. I think he tried to get him out, and then he snuck back on his boat. And I'm like, I understand that this is like the only, like you will be homeless without this boat, but like you're going to be dead if you stay in the water with that little boat.
This is some crazy, crazy stuff going on, man. I just hope everybody is out there being safe and like trying to help people. And like, really extending olive branches. Like at this moment in time, so. any type of like heat or malice or who are you voting for? Who are you voting? Fuck all that. Like nigga, grab my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Go check on your people.
Check on your people.
You have parents that live in Florida and the kids live other places and they're on like TikTok saying, "Can anybody help me? Like get my mom." And
gotta be terrifying.
People are helping. The Floridians are different. They cut from a different cloth. The good side and the bad.
I think Southern hospitality is a thing. My mom, I can just attest to that. Southern hospitality is a thing. If they like you, they're gonna take care of you. You know what I mean? And vice versa. There, I guess I just hope that type of union should just be a thing. We're all American at the end of the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we should just be helping each other. Period.
Yeah, I think so. People are putting in their like sandbags and stuff. And I'm pretty sure people are helping out. But like those people who want to leave it being gridlocked and not having a lot of gas, man. That's those people that I sympathize with who are like, I had to turn around. I wouldn't have turned around. But I've seen people online who are like, I had to turn around. There was no gas. We're gridlocked.
I'd much rather would have been further away from any type of epicenter or anything like that than going towards it.
Yeah.
In any case, in all honesty, it's kind of like this. Would you rather be at the epicenter of a nuke going off or on the outskirts of it? And me personally, right where it goes off, I'll be, please, because I won't know. I'll be dead. I'll be dead before my brain knows. I don't want to get hit with the shockwave and then have to deal with the radiation and have to deal with everything else and the fallout and all that stuff if I'm further away.
So what are you saying? Do you want them to be further away, or do you
I would much rather take the opportunity and just go.
Yeah.
I'm getting away from it. Like I said, it's making the most valid choice.
I think this is where, and like I said earlier, where the politicians coming into play, and we're going to be looking at you guys, and this is going to make or break votes, because Florida tends to always be the tiebreaker. You know, because
I thought it's usually Pennsylvania. Am I tripping?
Florida has always been the controversy state when it comes to votes.
I've always thought it was Pennsylvania.
No, you Florida. Remember with the whole Bush and like
it's Florida and Pennsylvania.
So Florida's always been one of the, so they're going to be looking to their local politicians like Ron DeSantis, DeSantos, and they're going to be looking at some other people to see what they're going to do, what their plans are going to be.
You fucked up.
We're going to have some FEMA. Ronnie said that DeSantos.
So good.
But they're going to be looking. They're going to look at Kamala. They're going to be looking at Trump to see what do you have to say about relief and what we're going to do, and not upcharging people, because Kamala said something about that. Upcharging people for things because we're out and it's flooding and things like that. Yeah, it's a matter of recognizing that when people need help, just help. Yeah. Like, try to help people. I mean, that's one thing that I feel like as an entire society, American culture as a whole, we stopped helping each other. Yeah. We stopped caring and helping, and we started observing and recording. Oh yeah, absolutely. The bystander thing is sick. It's sickening, and that's what's happening now. And I hope it's like, I'll end it with this. It's like this. Whenever we hear about like something happening and like maybe someone reporting it and the police never do anything, or they don't do what we think as a culture they should have done, they didn't help the person, and then later something happens to that person, there's a way to stopgap all of that. Just be a good individual and help the fuck out. I think with the Floridians, that's how they say that. Yeah. I think that they're going to be helping each other. Neighbors, they're going to be neighborly, because that's all you can do. Like, you're scared just like everybody else. Yeah, at this point there's no political line. My house is blowing down, and so is yours. Yeah. Last couple of days I've been checking like TikTok and stuff, and I've been so scared for them. As of Thursday, I haven't really heard a lot, but I'm just gonna keep my eyes open and stuff and see, like, are we gonna be dealing with major, catastrophic things, or was it too much of like this like scare tactic maybe that I don't say it's tactic, but they were saying like, if you guys don't evacuate, then you're gonna die. Yeah, that's fact. I can't. It's not a scare tactic. I'm giving you factual truth. Some people this act of God will kill you. Yeah. But then you know what? Some people are upset because it's like, well, I left and then I didn't have to leave and spend all this money, and I could have just hunkered down. Some people are gonna think that way, and for me, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Yeah. Any last words of wisdom before we head out for the weekend? Help your fellow man. Help your fellow man. Remember, you guys, we drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms, and we're on YouTube on Sundays at Ideally Though Pod. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, share them shits, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye. Here.